Welcome to Wake Up Canada News. I'm Brad Wilder. In another great piece from Spencer Fernando, the credibility of another Canadian institution is crumbling under the Trudeau watch, as reports claim RCMP Commissioner Brenda Lucki tried to leverage the mass shooting in Nova Scotia to push Trudeau's gun control agenda. At this point, there appears to be no institution in the country that can be trusted. Canadian institutions are in a state of collapse. That's a tough thing to say. Taxes are being increased, even amid surging inflation. Debt, well, it's surged, while economic performance is suffering. The Bank of Canada has been wrong over and over again and enabled Trudeau's disastrous policies. Our airports, they're a disaster. Our passport application system is a mess. Our healthcare system has fallen apart. Man, there's a lot wrong with our country right now. Not to mention the Supreme Court making some horrendous rulings lately, and the Chief Justice expressing clear bias against the Freedom Convoy participants. Well, Canadians are right to believe that no institution in this country can be trusted anymore. It seems we're going to have to add the RCMP to this list as well. Well, the RCMP has been hemorrhaging trust for quite a while. A new report from the Halifax Examiner is shocking, disturbing, and disgusting. According to the report, RCMP Commissioner Brenda Lucki tried to leverage the mass shooting in Nova Scotia to push Trudeau's gun control agenda. Now, here are some key excerpts. RCMP Commissioner Brenda Lucki made a promise to Public Safety Minister Bill Blair, as well as the Prime Minister's office, to leverage the mass murders of April 18th and 19th, 2020, to get a gun control law passed here in Canada. A week after the murders, Lucki pressured RCMP in Nova Scotia to release the details of the weapons used by the killer. But RCMP commanders in Nova Scotia, they refused to release the details, saying doing so would threaten their investigation into the murders. The Trudeau government's gun control objectives, well, they were spelled out in an order in council issued back in May of 2020, and the legislation codifying them were encapsulated into Bill C-21, which was tabled last month. But the concern in April of 2020 was the extent to which politics threatened to interfere with a cross-border police investigation into how the killer managed to obtain and smuggle into Canada 4 illegal guns used to commit many of the 22 murders. Now, when RCMP Support Services Officer Darren Campbell told journalists he couldn't talk in detail about the weapons used given the ongoing investigation, this evidently raised the back hairs of the RCMP Commissioner. Shortly after the news conference, Campbell, Assistant Commander Lee Bergerman, and Nova Scotia Communications Director Leah Scanlon were summoned into a meeting. RCMP Commissioner Brenda Lucki and a deputy from Ottawa were on the conference call as well. Lucki was not happy. Campbell's handwritten notes made it immediately following that meeting, described what happened. The commissioner was obviously upset, he said. She did not raise her voice, but her choice of words was indicative of her overall dissatisfaction with our work. The commissioner accused us of disrespecting her by not following her instructions. I was and remained confused over all of this. The commissioner said she told comms to tell us that H Division was to include specific info about the firearms used by the killer. However, he said he wouldn't and couldn't because to do so would jeopardize the ongoing efforts to advance the U.S. side of the case as well as the Canadian components of the investigation. Now, those are the facts, and he stands by them, end quote. Campbell noted that Lucki went on at length and said she was sad and disappointed that he had not provided these details to the media. People are already reacting to this shocking report. The commissioner said she had promised the Minister of Public Safety and the Prime Minister's office that the RCMP would release this information. Well, the commissioner then said that this was tied to a pending gun control legislation. And, well, there you have it. Holy shit. This is all alarming, isn't it? I know. RCMP Commissioner Brenda Lucki made a promise to Public Safety Minister Bill Blair and the Prime Minister's office to leverage this mass shooting of murders April 18th and 19th, 2020 to get the gun control law passed here in Canada. And, well, we all know where that stands. Nothing erodes law enforcement's credibility with the public more than serving a political master. How about, regardless of one's stance on gun control, this is absolutely unacceptable. Here is a story of blatant political interference in an ongoing police investigation, as well as complete lack of integrity and leadership from the RCMP commissioner. Maybe, just maybe, growing distrust of our institutions is mostly the result of them repeatedly engaging in disgusting behavior like this and not the result of dangerous populist rhetoric. Conservative leader, frontrunner Pierre Poilievre put Lucki and the rest of Trudeau government on full blast, ripping them as absolutely sick. Sick is 100% the right description for this disgusting situation. It appears that Trudeau, PMO, and head of the RCMP immediately sought to use a horrific tragedy as a political tool, potentially jeopardizing the investigation to push a political agenda. Yet another Canadian institution is, well, crumbling under Justin's watch as Canada trends more and more in the direction of being an authoritarian banana republic. Spencer Fernando, he can be found online everywhere. It's more of the news journalism this country needs. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our BitChute and Rumble channels. I'm Brad Wilder. Thanks for watching Wake Up Canada News, and I'll see you next time.